Yo, what's up, gang? Uh, it's me. I'm here. Finally, I'm yapping. You got a deck. I got a deck. Jelly beans. Yep, that's right. Yeah, no, we're just yapping about fucking the beans this week. Like, I love this deck so much. I've been playing this deck for so long. It's it's such a fun deck. Um, so this is what I've got for this format, basically. Alliance Insight, Post, um, no, yeah, Alliance Insight. Um, this is my rough list. I'm obviously still testing stuff out, obviously still experimenting. I think I'm pretty fine with the engine. Non-engine is up in the air. You probably do play Ash to beat Charmies. You play the Power 3, which is just like, they realistically they are, right? The Trinity, they're just the modern Trinity now. Talents, cross out, cool buy. Insane. Um, Uh, Droll is probably better in the main than Lancia is, and also is a good cross-out target. Charmies can be bumped to 3, of course. I kind of just wanted to fit them in as cross-out targets, but also like I didn't want to put the deck count up too high. That's why it's 2 and 2, and the third of each are in the side, which you can easily take out. Cross-out cool by 4 going second. Um, and then Imperm's Imperm. Might cut it, might not. We'll see. Um, But yeah, like this deck's really cool. Does so much off of like just engine, like just tiny amounts of cards, one card combos. Like a cheat sheet's always Picari, and now backup. Although backup is makes it a bit weirder to do lines, but she exists. She's still there. Um, you have to do some very weird lines to start off backup, but she does. She is a starter technically. You got I Meet You. I Connect is crazy actually. This card is so good. Um like the one thing about the support I'm not a huge fan of is the random like dark kind of focus when like the entire deck is rainbow. So I'm just kind of but whatever, right? You can play with it. You can play the dark thing just means it's just I just forget sometimes. I'll be honest. It'd be like backup. I'll be like, oh, backup searches anything. No, backup adds a dark Cyberse. It adds a malice name. It's a malice support card. It's just like why did it add a dark? Why not does it just add a dark or an Ignista? Like come on. Um, but yeah. We're gaming. This is gaming. Some things I guess to talk about in the list. Circular and Sigma are here because they are just here as like extenders, right? They are not. You do not aim to set up a super factorial line. You don't like want to start with Circular that often. Like it's good to start with Circular. It's not bad. He's 2 bodies for free, which you can never complain about, and people are probably gonna like remove those bodies because they're scared of circular. People see circular in 2025 and they go, "Whoa." You just bait out interruptions. If you circular, like you might get impulsed on circular, shit like that. Like they're just gonna be like, ah, and you just go, okay, cool, normal Achichi. You're just gaming. Um, yeah. So it helped play through stuff. It's actually searchable off of iConnect. Uh, me when my search spell is Signet mining. Um, without it, instead of discarding, you summon the monster. Signet mining, but good. Um, yeah. Yeah, circular. Sigma. You could play you could play the equation. I just don't want to because it's just another dead card to draw, and I just want to see as much engine as possible. Especially when I'm playing. You don't want to see no engine. You get me. You get me. Um, Obviously triple I Meet You, triple I Connect, both crazy cards. We love starters. Um, Reborn is really good. Um, it's either Reborn or Fighting Spirit. Bit of a toss up for me. Um, I Fighting Spirit might be better if you're expecting a lot of Mitsurugi. It's 100% in my consideration. I just really like being able to add back Reborn and setting it to then flip it on the opponent's turn to Reborn and Ignista, Doyon specifically, because reborning Doyon on the opponent's turn kind of goes crazy, and you can also reborn Gacheri into like a Mitsurugi board wipe as well, um, and so you're kind of just fine. Um, Double Island, because what people think about this deck, right, is initially I was running one island because it's just like, you actually don't even use the you don't even use island that much in combo, right? In the one card of Chi Chi line that I labbed, I actually only activate island once. It's actually discard fodder for backup. It's discard fodder for backup. Like, but you use it once to special a guy on board. Um, but obviously, island's really, really, really good if you start with it and you go, okay, Island Special Ichichi or Island Special Picari is your starter, instead of committing a normal summon, because it means, and you can play in such a way that you don't commit your normal summon until you're a few steps in. Um, like there've been games where I haven't needed to commit my normal summon until like post Templar, which is crazy. Um, so it's really fun to just have Island. Yeah, I love non once per turn special summon from hand. Yippee! But as fun as it is to just go meow with Island, what people know about Ignista is they know don't let the child resolve. Okay, that's what people think. People think don't let the child resolve. They will throw hand traps at the child. Okay, they will see the child and they'll go, ah, choke point. Especially if they have Ash and not Imperm. If they have Imperm, they might save for Templar. But they'll see the child and they might throw an Ash at it, they might throw a Veiler at it if they're still playing it, all that jazz. So, if you open the island, um, you might think, oh, okay, that's great, they can negate it, But if you open the island, you're only playing one, they're not gonna hand trap it because you can't activate it. It's like Salamangreat Balings, right? Except island is a lot better than Sanctuary. And so, what you're gonna do is you're gonna play the second to bait your opponent into hand trapping so, so that you can legally activate the infant even if you draw the first one. Um, and then they go, oh no, you can't let them get island, and so they ash it, and then you go, haha, bop, because they'll probably expect you to play one, right? Or they'll take the gamble of, oh, they already opened it, but pretty good if you can get them to waste a hand trap on that, waste an interruption, whatever, right? And then we are playing Sidekick. Um, it does just say target face up cards, negate them. It is an Omni. It is an Omni. It does stop board breakers. It does stop Mitsurugi ritual spell. It does stop like Malice in the Mirror. Like you you see. Not to mention, right? Not to mention this card is insane for follow up. Um, it's graveyard effect, summoning a banished Cyberse, right? What you can do is turn one, if you turn one when you're setting up, you use Wicked, you banish a guy off Wicked, right? Or you're banishing a guy off Island, but usually you banish Wizard and then you add back the Wizard with Saber Dragon, so it doesn't matter. But at the very least, you can sidekick bring back the infant as a guy. But turn turn 2 or 3 or whatever. Say you're going into access code, right? You do an access code line. You make the access code. Access code resolves like once, banishes a guy from grave, banishes a big guy, banish transcode, banish singularity, banish Templar, etc. etc. You do any of that, and then you can just sidekick, bring back fucking singularity mid combo, and you're like, okay, okay. Like, it's crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. And also like Malice, obviously, Malice are gonna just banish your stuff. If they go like White Binder, banish stuff out of grave, I'm like, okay, okay. You want to manage my firewall? Okay. You banish transcode? Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna bring it back from the banish zone. It's my Yule. Um. So then, like, Yeah, like this deck's cool. This deck's fun. Um, the that's like the kind of main like questions you might have. I'm still playing Arrival because guy is a towers and he's low key like the backup line, right? Not the backup at Ignister line, but the backup line for if you get like hand trapped or whatever. If I get Fool Lost, I had a game. I've had a game in testing, right? I got Peruliad in draw phase, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna commit to a low. I'm gonna try and make a low committal board, not give them as many draws. I still had a decent amount of I had a couple of hand traps in hand. I was like, okay, but then they Fool Lost me as well, and I'm like, well, okay, right. And then as I was doing it, they impulsed me, and I was like, well, I can't get Nibiru anymore. So I just made Arrival. I just made a big ass Arrival, and they had to do the stupidest line in the world to out it, right? Like they're gonna have to do weird lines to out the Arrival, and you can just hold an interruption for those lines. Like Malice, right? If you make say you make a 5,000 attack Arrival, or if you make a 6k Arrival, Malice have a hard time like doing anything about it. But if you make a 4k Arrival, for example, the easiest one, you make a 4k Arrival, Malice are going to struggle to actually reach that other than Heart's Crypt to banish itself exactly, right? So if you just hold a hand trap, you hold anything for that Heart's Cryptor, you have a sidekick, you have a set sidekick, you have a set imperm, you have anything, and you see the Cryptor, you see it, you see it banish, you see it come back, and you go, okay, it's now back on the board, it's summoned back, imperm, loses this attack game, um, and it can't hit over you anymore, and you're fine, you just live. Like it's crazy. You just game in. You just like who cares how many cards they have if they can't beat your towers, right? Towers turbo, baby. Um, it's funny, but also against Malice, um, you have the game plan. So you can see here in the side we've got the big brain card, the huge brain, the lightning brain, the massive IQ. All right. Now this card is broken. This card is busted. Um, it's just it's just summon limit. We just have summon limit. Why why do we have summon limit? Why do we have an archetypal summon limit? I don't get it, but we do. We read this card. This guy only you can only link someone once per turn whilst it's face up, and you can only activate if you control an Ignister. Oh no, right? Um, and you can just get rid of it on your turn. Like during a standby, tribute a link or destroy it. Okay, just destroy it. Like who cares? Malice can only link someone once. You win the game. Like yeah, they'll have to they can banish it. Okay, so okay. It's like, oh they just banish it, right? Okay, how? So their main outs to this are Malice in the Mirror exactly, right? Which is hard to get to because how do they search a spell? Red Ransom. How are they getting to Red Ransom without link summoning? Good question. They've got to get 3 bodies on board, and you still have the rest of your board to deal with them attempting to get to you. If you have like Allied Code Talker on board, right, and with an IQ setup, um, you just Omni negate their one way of removing it. Like they make Red Ransom, okay, search Malice in the Mirror, target IQ, negate. Then they've used a link summon. GG, right? GG. Heart's Crypto banish it. Okay. They can link summon once. They have to put all 3 bodies on board once to Heart's Crypto. They also have to have a banished Malice name. Okay. And then they have to go Heart's Crypto to banish, and then Allied Talker negate or Sidekick negate. Like Metal Tronus negate. Like easy. SP? No, they can't put a second. They can't link into a link one and then make a SP because they've already link summoned. This card's nuts. Lingerebo, as much as I love my child, You just flip this in draw phase. Duh. Um, yeah, this card's busted. This card's busted. This is 100% how we are winning the Malice matchup, if you go first, by the way. Um, I love this deck. I love this deck. This card's busted. This card's stupid. This card's silly. Metaltronus is here because yippee Dark 2300, you know, right? me when they have anything on board and I go Metaltronus, target a Malice, any fucking Malice card, and I summon any Ignister monster from my deck or my extra deck. Like, okay, okay. Honestly, the best thing to summon is Saber Dragon. Really, Dark Cyburst. You summon that into you can negate any Malice name on board. So you can negate Allied Talker Ignister. You can negate White Binder. You can negate Crypta. Like it doesn't matter what you negate, right? But you summon this from your extra deck. Bam. As soon as that hits the graveyard, link material. You search an ice spell. So you summon it, you negate, and then you search follow up. Sounds pretty good to me. Sounds pretty good to me. Um, or you know, you just summon uh, you summon a backup. You then can link off backup for infant and go. Um, and then you can bring back the backup at some point, and then like you're just gaming. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't have a great target for Ryziel yet, but we can figure one out. Um, we can figure one out. There's definitely something you can play somewhere. Rest of the side deck is kind of self-explanatory. One thrust is I don't have. I just haven't decided. I just haven't decided. Um, still a bit up in the air. But yeah, like I love the jelly beans. I love this deck. Um, let's do a test hand. Let's do a test hand. Come on, chat. Solo mode. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. Okay, look, this hand, not very good. This hand actually is not very good because you only have backup as your thing, right? I mean, ignore the the fawn on edge. But it's like, oh no, backups are not a not good starter. So what are we gonna do, huh? It's quite simple. You're gonna normal backup. Whoa, normal backup, crazy. Is this Malice? Oh come on, DB. Come on, DB. Okay, you're a normal backup. You're gonna go backup effect, and you're gonna grab Wizard. Please, thank you. Um, realistically, that could be Doyon. To be honest, it doesn't really matter. Um, but you're gonna grab Wizard. You're gonna link off the backup into DB. You're gonna link into Infant. You're gonna go Infant effect. Obviously, if you get hit with the one-off hand trap, like if you well, not the one-off, if you get hit with the one hand trap on the backup, like sure, you probably still make Infant Search Island anyway, just for follow-up. But you can just Talents Draw too, etc., etc. You get me. Then you can go Wizard, target the backup, special and special. And then what you can do is you can link off these for Wicked, and you can link off the backup. Yet, oh, actually, you don't even need to do that. Hold on, you don't need to do that. Let me just put this back. As you can see, this is very freeform. I don't have. Yeah. So what you do, you sync these off. You make Saber here, and then you go Saber effect. Add back the backup because you haven't specialed it from hand yet. And then you go Infant Saber for Wicked, and then you can go Saber effect, grabbing I Meet You, and as you can see, here we are. We're in combo. I Meet You, reveal Heat Soul, grab a Chi-Chi, activate Island, activate Island, special Chi-Chi, go Chi-Chi effect, grab in, doesn't really matter, probably grab in like, Hiyari here. Or Doyon. No, you probably grab Doyon. Because we're going to do Picari lines later. Grab Doyon. And trigger Wicked. Banish the Infant. Or, I mean, if you've already gone through Saber, we'll banish the Infant. Because there's a line where, there's an argument where basically you instead, you banish Saber, to be honest. Because of the little trap, but you kind of want to keep Saber in graveyard for Singularity down the line. But yeah, then Wicked resolves and we grab Baruru. Also, look how many cards you have in hand. Like, we got too many cards in hand. We got a stupid amount of cards in hand. It is crazy. Now, if DB would like to work with me, I would appreciate it. Cool. Grab Baruru. Special backup by its own effect, because we have not yet. We normal summoned it. And then link 3 into Templar. Trigger Island. Special Baruru. Baruru effect. Dump Picari. Now this is what I actually end up doing in a lot of my one card combos. When I start off a Chi-Chi, I go a Chi-Chi into backup. And then I end up dumping the Picari off of Baruru here. And then I do end up bringing it back by synchroing with it, but you can bring it back other ways. Because we're just going to link off the Baruru here for Infant 2. DB, please. I would really appreciate it. Cool. And then we go Templar, Chain Infant, move. Bring back Baruru, bring back Picari. These are negated, remember. Bring back the Chi-Chi. Link. For Splash. I mean, imagine if these didn't negate effects. Like, come on. Splash, bring back Picari. I mean, this should probably be like, you bring back Baruru just for bestial reasons, but like, who cares? Make transcode. Transcode, bring back Splash Mage. And then 1, 2 for Firewall Dragon. Wow. Now you can do a couple of things here. So you can special back the you can go Firewall Dragon to add back the Wicked if you want to U-link your V-link your opponent, which is really good against Malice, obviously. But against something like Mitsurugi, you might not need to V-link them. So you can Firewall Dragon bounce back the Picari here. Or no, thinking about it actually, you probably bounce back Wicked regardless, because of the protection that it gives you from like Ame and Mitsurugi. In which case, this Doyon search off of Chi-Chi could really be a lot of other things. This could be Hiyari, which might be the better choice. Oh well, it's fine. Like this deck is very flexible. I've not mastered all the lines yet or whatever, but you can kind of do what you want. So anyway, do that, and then we easy link 6, summon Singularity, trigger Firewall, special Doyon, Doyon effect, add back the Picari. Yeah, I mean if this is, it doesn't really matter too much. So link off Firewall Doyon for Wicked again, trigger both of them. Trigger Doyon, trigger Singularity. Summon back the Firewall. Doyon adds back I meet you. So like, this is off of starting with backup, right? And you can obviously do slightly different lines depending on what you want to end on. Like if you want to end on an Accode, that's 100% a real line. If you want to search, what you can do is instead of searching for Doyon, you search for Hiyari off of Chi-Chi, and then when you special the Doyon off of Firewall, you instead special like any other Cyburst from hand. And that way you can you special any other Firewall from Cyburst from hand, and then you can Hiyari special itself. Or when you Firewall bounce, you can Firewall bounce the Picari back to hand instead of the Wicked. Let's go back and do that actually. Let's go back and bounce the Picari instead of the Wicked. Because basically the Wicked, it gives you like the protection, right? But you don't have to. It gives you protection. You don't have to like commit to the protection. It's obviously, I think it's pretty good against Mitsurugi board wiping you, but against Malice it's not the best. So you might wanna V-link them instead. So then when you link off these here, you instead special Picari off of Firewall. If Firewall wants to let me special, if DB wants to let me thank you. So then you trigger Firewall Dragon, special summon Picari here. Although without Wicked, it's harder to V-Link, of course. So you might not want to V-Link, but you might want to, yeah, do other stuff, whatever. Like, I kind of want to run 2 Wicked, I'll be real. You trigger Picari here. And don't tell me to run IP instead of another second Wicked, because you're barely IPing into anything. Grab Connect. Really, I want to wait. I'd want to search 3 spells in one turn, but it's kind of harder to do because I want to get Reborn somewhere. But less easy to do. If you open one of the spells, you're kind of crazy with it. They should be in the graveyard. If you open one of the spells, you do go kind of crazy with this combo because being able to grab Reborn in combo is always broken. Opening 2 spells is even better. If DB would like to cooperate with me, I would really appreciate that. Please DB, please DB. Connect. Yeah, meet you go to grave. If DP. Whatever. Your bruh. DB moment. Probably actually want to summon the Picari over this side, by the way. By the singularity arrow. Cool. Okay, so now what you can do is you can go I connect. Reveal the Doyon in hand. Oh, DB's about to go. Special the Doyon in hand and add the Hiyari from deck. Or add circular, but you don't really have enough space for that yet. You add the Hiyari. And then you can special Hiyari because you have Ignistas. Go Hiyari, tribute off the Picari for Gatchiri. Gatchiri, like one of my hero cards in this deck for reals. For reals? Yeah. And then you can trigger Singularity here, and you can bring back Templar. And then you can, where is it? What am I doing? Yeah, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe you don't bring it. Maybe you don't. Maybe you don't trigger Singularity just yet. Special Gatchiri by targeting Hiyari, doesn't really matter. Oh, I know what I was doing. Never mind. So yeah, okay. So yeah, do trigger Singularity, summon the back Templar, and then you can link off these 2 for Splash Mage. It sucks to use a second Splash Mage, but it's whatever. Trigger Doyon, add back either of these, but we're not really gonna have a Dark in hand, so probably I meet you. And then trigger Gatchiri, special summon itself by targeting the Templar or whatever. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just summon like echoed. Summon allied here. And then trigger singularity chain link 1, allied chain link 2. And then you can just be like singularity or no. Allied chain link 1, singularity chain link 2, sorry. Singularity can bring back the Firewall Dragon here. And then allied can bring back the Templar here. Then we lose connection at the end of the combo. So then you kind of vibe in here. Like you've got allied being an Omni, you've got Firewall Dragon for bounce 2, you've got Singularity for bounce 1, you've got Gatcheri protect them all from card effect destruction. You still have 4 cards that you have not used in hand, right? And you added back that I meet you for starting next turn. Like this is off of one backup. This is off of one backup, which is not a good starter. This is arguably the weakest starter. And you get to do all of this. Of course, you could instead go Singularity, bring back the Firewall over here, and then Allied brings back Transcode, which gives it another 500 boost and gives it targeting protection. It just means one less bounce from the Firewall, which is, like, fine, because you're also getting an extra big body. So it's all good, right? And then if they ever outget Cheery, you just make something immune. Which they might want to because it's giving the effect destruction protection to everything. So they might try and outget Jerry first proper. In which case you go, okay, Singularity is now immune. Like this like with a board like this, Allied has brought back 2, so it's 33. But it's gaining 500 from transcode actually, so it's 3,800. So that's huge. That's huge. And you can make this on and Singularity has a bounce 35. It goes up to 4,000. You still have 4 cards in hand. Like you kind of gaming. This is off of one backup. Let's reset the deck. Let's see what test hand 2 looks like. I'm not gonna do it because this is probably gonna be the end of the video. But like, let's just see. Let's just see. We're crazy! We're crazy! This hand's busted! like, look at this hand! You start with a Chi-Chi, you already have the backup, so you can Chi-Chi search for Hiyari as easy extension. You already have the wizard, so you can backup search for Doyon. And you have the talents if they hand trap you, so you could rip from their hand as well. Holy moly! If they fool you, you already have, like, if they draw you, you already have backup and wizard. If they if they fool you, you just play into it. You already have everything. Just talents them. Like, who cares? Okay. Yeah. All right. That has been me yapping. About Ignista. Have a nice one, I guess.